In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 25th, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. San Antonio Spurs versus Washington Wizards tease a matchup on the NBA hardwood between a pair of teams on the outside looking in at the playoff picture in the nation's capital. The San Antonio Spurs are on the road as they make the trip east to face the Washington Wizards Friday night. San Antonio comes in off a 114-106 road win over Oklahoma City in their most recent game last Wednesday. Washington pulled away in the fourth quarter to drop Brooklyn 117-103 in their previous tilt last Thursday. In the all-time regular season series, the Spurs own a 64-34 advantage and have won the last 3 meetings, including a 116-99 home victory in the first matchup this season on November 29, 2021. The Eastern Conference is a finely tuned machine this season, and the Washington Wizards find themselves out of the playoffs heading into the final 24 games. Washington will be without star guard Bradley Beal for the remainder of the season. They have relied on Kyle Kuzma to shoulder most of the offensive load, but they will be in a tough spot facing the likes of the Bucks, Sixers, and Bulls in a loaded conference during the final stretch. The Spurs are also fighting for a play-in spot and have won 2 straight. The Wizards are 4-15-1 against the spread in their last 20 games, and 2-11-1 against the spread in their last 14 home games. The Wizards are going to be shorthanded once again, as Kristaps Porzingis and Bradley Beal are both still out, while Thomas Bryant is listed as questionable for this one. The Spurs are just about at full strength, and they've started to build some momentum with 4 wins in their last 6 games. The Spurs are 10-4 against the spread in the last 14 meetings in Washington, and I think that trend continues here. So San Antonio Spurs to win and cover the spread is our full game side pick. San Antonio plays at the 5th fastest tempo this season as they average 99.9 possessions per contest, which is a deviation from what you expect from Greg Popovich. This season, the Spurs have seen the over post a 30-27-2 record coming into this one. San Antonio has been proficient offensively, but their defense has taken a hit as the season has gone on, leaving them in the bottom third of the league. Washington has seen the over post a 29-28-1 record in relation to the total this season, as their offense has been struggling this season, coupled with their suddenly slipping defensive work. The Wizards are just 22nd in pace with 96.8 possessions a night. We only saw 215 points in the first meeting this season, so under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Heat versus New York Knicks. The Miami Heat begin their final push towards the Eastern Conference playoffs as they travel to New York to take on the Knicks in both teams' first game after All-Star Weekend. Miami is tied with Chicago for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference heading into the final 20-plus games of the season. They were 6-4 in their last 10 games prior to the All-Star break. The Knicks, fresh off the announcement that point guard and 5th leading scorer Kemba Walker will miss the remainder of the season, come in 12th place in the Eastern Conference. They trail 10th place Atlanta by 4.5 games for the final play-in spot. The major separation between these programs are in their adjusted net rating, as the Heat are 6th in the NBA with a plus 4.1 rating, while the Knicks are 22nd with an adjusted net rating of minus 2.1 so far. Miami is allowing 104.4 points in their previous 5 games, while New York is giving up 119.2 points in their last 5 games. The Heat are 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games against the Knicks, so go with the Heat to cover the spread. The Heat will again be without Markieff Morris and Victor Oladipo, while the Knicks are again missing Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker, while Nerlens Noel and R.J. Barrett are both listed as questionable for this one. The Knicks will be desperate to get a much-needed win to wash the taste of bitter defeat out of their mouths, but they've run into the wrong team, as the Heat have been one of the most consistent teams all season. This should be a close one, but the Heat are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in New York, and I think they represent decent value at the short line in this spot. Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Hitting your free throws is a great sign that the over can be in jeopardy, but New York is currently 25th in the NBA, shooting just 75.2% from the charity stripe as a team. The Heat are averaging 109.3 points in their last 4 games, while the Knicks are scoring 110.7 points in their previous 3 games. But both defenses should limit that a little bit at minimum. The under has hit in 19 of the previous 26 games between these teams played in Madison Square Garden. The Heat and the Knicks are both trying to define themselves on the defensive end. For Miami, the defense-first approach has led to a first-place season and a chance at the #1 seed in the East. For the Knicks, the philosophy is still a work in progress and has been, in no small part, affected by the team's injury situation. While the Knicks will suffer on the defensive end without Walker for the remainder of the season, they will benefit on the defensive end. Walker is undoubtedly a playmaker and, at times, an all-star level shot maker. But he is not strong on the defensive end and often indifferent on that side of the ball. The Knicks will have to double down on their efforts to slow down the opposition and continue to try and close out on perimeter shootings and keep shooting percentages down. That will happen for both teams in this matchup. I expect a fairly tight, hard-fought game that only one team, the Heat, will see 100-plus points in. So under the projected total is our full game total pick. New Orleans Pelicans versus Phoenix Suns. Following a 4-game winning streak, the New Orleans Pelicans lost 4 of 5 games, all at home, and they are underdogs against Phoenix in this one. The Suns, on the other hand, were the hottest team in the NBA with 18 wins in 19 games, including 7 in a row before the All-Star break. These Western Conference rivals have met twice this season, and Phoenix won both games, covering the spread in both games in the process. The Suns were better in 7 of the previous 10 head-to-head encounters. According to the adjusted net ratings provided by Dunks and Threes, the Suns are the top team with a plus 7.5 rating, while the Pelicans are 24th in the league with a minus 2.4 rating. A huge difference recently has been on the defensive side of the floor, as New Orleans is allowing 112.5 points in their previous 4 games, while Phoenix is giving up 107.3 points in their last 3 games. The Pelicans are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Suns. The New Orleans Pelicans have the rest advantage, but I'm not sure that matters when you consider they can't string wins together, and they get clapped on the road where they lose by an average of 5.7 points. The Phoenix Suns didn't miss a beat in their first game with Chris Paul, and now they return home, where they win by an average of 9.3 points. The Suns have won 8 straight games, and they've won their last 5 games by an average of 13.2 points. I'm not stepping in front of the Suns for the Pelicans. I know that the Suns are one of the most efficient offenses in the league, but now when they are without Chris Paul, it's not going to be easy for them on offense. Still, the Pelicans have one of the worst offenses in the NBA, while the Suns are 3rd when it comes to defensive rating. Without Chris Paul to orchestrate its offense, Phoenix will be a bit slower. That's for sure. But on the other hand, the Pelicans are not good enough to score a bunch of points that would take this game over. Although 8 of the previous 10 head-to-head encounters went over, this one is going to be a low-scoring affair. So under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.